14. Then they lifted up their voices and wept again. The emotions here really are beyond words to describe them, just as they are when we're at the funeral of a loved one or the parting of lovers maybe at wartime. We can only understand the emotion when we have lived through that particular emotion and known the feelings from personal experience. These three women who had endured so much were now faced with their inevitable choices. There could be no more delay than this time of weeping. When it ended, the choices would be realized. If the weeping would endure forever, it would hold back the reason that the weeping had come. But it couldn't. Verse 14 goes on, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law. Implied in this right here is the Middle Eastern custom of kissing upon saying goodbye. Orpah has lived up to the name that she was given at birth. Her name Orpah means mane, or the back of the neck. As she walked away, this is the last of what they saw of her. The word from which her name comes is the Hebrew word oreph. As an interesting pattern, this same word, oreph, is used in Jeremiah chapter 48 when speaking of Moab in a manner similar to Orpah's turning back to Moab now. Here's what it says there. They shall wail, how she is broken down, how Moab has turned her back with shame. So Moab shall be a derision and a dismay to all those about her. Instead of going to the land of Israel and seeking out the face of God who gives both blessing and hardship at his will, she turned her neck from God to that which is not God and departed from the annals of history except as is recorded in this chapter of the book of Ruth. The act of kissing is a very, very rare thing in the Bible. Only 2 kisses are mentioned in the entire book of Ruth, and both of them have occurred during these 8 verses. The first was as Naomi kissed her daughters after she blessed them in the name of the Lord Jehovah. The second is here when Orpah gives her farewell kiss to her mother-in-law and to the hope of Israel. There is a contrast between the two, but there is also a confirmation that God has granted us free will to pursue him. Orpah made her choice, and Ruth will make hers, and each of us must make our own. God does not force his will upon us, but he gives us the choice to either earnestly seek him or to turn from him. Orpah chose poorly. However, Ruth chose another course, which is the finishing of our verses today.